the beach. Hi, my name is Christy. I was 10 years old when my family and I went on our first beach vacation. It was a long drive to the coast, and I was getting more and more excited as we approached our destination. As soon as my family and I arrived at the beach, I was hit with a salty, ocean breeze that filled my nose. It was such a new and exciting sensation, and I couldn't help but take a deep breath to enjoy it. The smell was so different from the fresh air I was used to back home, and I loved it. I remember feeling a rush of excitement as we walked down to the beach, my eyes scanning the horizon in anticipation of seeing the ocean for the first time. The salty smell only made me more eager to explore this new environment and see what other wonders it held. As my family and I walked down to the beach, I saw the sand for the first time. It was golden and sparkled in the sun, and I couldn't wait to take off my shoes and feel it between my toes. The sand looked so inviting, and I could see kids building sandcastles and playing games. I remember feeling a sense of excitement and anticipation as I approached the beach. I couldn't wait to experience the sand for myself and see what it felt like. The sight of the golden sand only added to the excitement I felt about exploring this new and fascinating environment. Before my family and I hit the sand, my mom insisted that we put on sunscreen. I had never worn so much sunscreen in my life, but I didn't want to get burnt on my first day at the beach. As she applied it, I remember feeling a bit annoyed and embarrassed at the amount of sunscreen she was putting on me, but I knew it was for my own good. I had heard stories of people getting badly sunburnt at the beach, and I didn't want to ruin my first day by being in pain. While the sunscreen felt a bit greasy and uncomfortable, I felt grateful for my mom's foresight and diligence in making sure I was properly protected from the sun's harmful rays. I couldn't wait to experience the water for the first time, but before I could do that, I had to take off my shoes and feel the golden sand between my toes. It was like walking on clouds, but with the added sensation of tiny grains of sand massaging my feet. As I walked towards the water, I noticed the waves crashing against the shore. They were like giants, roaring and churning up the sand with their power. My dad held my hand as we waded in, and I remember feeling the cold water shock my body. It was like a million needles pricking my skin, but in a good way. I felt so alive and free, like nothing could stop me from enjoying this new and exhilarating experience. As I waded deeper into the water, I noticed something moving near my feet. At first, I was a bit scared, but then I saw that it was a school of small fish swimming around me. They were so graceful and elegant, gliding through the water effortlessly. I felt a sense of awe and wonder as I watched them swim, and I couldn't believe that I was sharing the ocean with them. Seeing these fish up close was like being transported to another world, one where I was just a visitor in their territory. I felt a deep sense of respect and admiration for these creatures and for the ocean as a whole. It was a humbling and awe-inspiring experience that I will never forget. After spending some time in the water, my family and I decided to take a break and relax on the beach. We found a spot and laid out our towels, and I couldn't resist the urge to start building a sandcastle. I had seen other kids building them earlier, and I was eager to try it out for myself. With my bucket and shovel, I started digging and shaping the sand, adding seashells and bits of seaweed to my creation. As I worked, I felt completely absorbed in the task, forgetting about everything else around me. It was like a little world had formed in the sand, and I was the architect of it all. After an hour or so, my sandcastle was finally complete, and I felt a sense of pride and accomplishment. It wasn't the best sandcastle on the beach, but it was mine, and I had built it with my own hands. As I looked at it, I realized that the beach wasn't just a place to swim and sunbathe, but a canvas for creativity and imagination as well. As the day went on, the sun started to set over the horizon, painting the sky with hues of pink, orange, and purple. The beach was bathed in a warm, golden light, and I felt a sense of serenity wash over me. It was like nature had put on a show just for us, and we were lucky enough to be there to witness it. As we packed up our things to leave, I felt a sense of sadness knowing that our time at the beach was coming to an end. But at the same time, I felt a deep sense of gratitude for the experience that I had just had. I had never felt so alive and in tune with nature, and I knew that I would carry that feeling with me for a long time to come. The beach had taught me to appreciate the simple things in life, to connect with the natural world, and to find joy in the present moment. As we drove away from the beach, I couldn't stop thinking about the memories that we had made that day. I thought about the excitement I had felt as I saw the ocean for the first time, the sense of awe and wonder I experienced as I watched the fish swimming around me, and the feeling of peace and relaxation as I lay on the beach. I realized that the beach was more than just a fun day trip, it was a place of learning and growth, where I had discovered new things about myself and the world around me. I knew that I would come back to the beach again and again, not just for the sun and sand, but for the lessons and experiences that it offered. The beach had opened up a whole new world for me, one that I was eager to explore further.